Well, good evening, everybody. It's great to have you on the call. And we've got a great speaker from South Africa, a good friend of ours in the Strand near Cape Town. And his name is Herman Janse van Rensburg. And he's going to talk to us on a very appropriate subject worldwide at the moment, in any case. And that's on stroke. Herman's well qualified. He's got lots of degrees and lots of diplomas and well trained in health and nutrition. So help me welcome Herman.
Thank you, everybody. It's good to be here tonight to talk to you. Like Chris said, it's quite relevant, this topic, because we hear about people getting blood clots, and from that they also get strokes in the end. So let's get to my PowerPoint. Great stuff. Okay. Well, welcome again to everybody to this talk on strokes. Like I said, quite relevant to us, especially nowadays, because we hear people getting blood clots also. And we know that blood clots are part of the problem for people that get strokes. Just something about myself. I've been an advisor in terms of health and nutrition for about almost 30 years now. You can see my qualifications also. Just also a disclaimer. The suggestions made in this presentation are based on research, which is freely available on the internet. And these are just recommendations that are here to assist your body to ensure a healthy lifestyle, not medical prescriptions. It does not replace a doctor's prescription. It's just what I would follow if I was in this position. And also some of the things I do to try and prevent me getting into a position of getting a stroke as well. Our approach is based on lifestyle choices and nutrition on this primary healthcare approach. Work with your healthcare professional, because stroke is a medical emergency and prompt treatment is crucial. Early action can reduce brain damage and other complications. That's why it's so essential to quickly act if you suspect a stroke. It can prevent disability from a stroke if the person gets help very quickly. Strokes are the third leading cause of death in the US and the UK, according to some of the sources that I found. And there's also about 10% of deaths in the world. So that's a massive amount of people. In South Africa, about 70 people die per day of a stroke, which puts it also around about the top 5, give and take, in South Africa in terms of death as well. Complications, there are many complications. It depends obviously on the extent of the damage, depending on how severe the stroke is. It can include many symptoms. I won't go through all of them, but thrombosis, muscle weakness, shoulder pain, seizures, brain swelling, and so on. So there are many problems that can remain after you had a stroke. So one must therefore be serious in doing something about it if somebody gets a stroke. So what is a stroke? It's called a brain attack. It refers to an interruption of the blood supply to any part of the brain. And because of the interruption, you can have problems. No oxygen gets to that part of the brain, and that can lead to permanent damage. Now, there are other diseases that can appear to be a stroke. So one must obviously be careful that you don't misdiagnose. On the other hand, rather safe than sorry. If you're not sure, rather get the person to a doctor. Signs and symptoms of stroke include quite a number of things: trouble speaking and understanding what others are saying. Okay, they don't speak properly, they struggle to speak. Confusion, they're not sure where they are. Paralysis or numbness of the face, like a skew mouth. Okay, it could also be that a person can't lift up his arms, so you ask the person to lift up your arms, and if the left arm, for example, lifts up high and the right arm does not, or vice versa, don't lift up together, you can also suspect a stroke. If they can't see, or their vision is blurred, or they see double vision, there's also a possible sign. Headaches, sudden severe headache, accompanied by vomiting and dizziness, trouble walking, stumbling, or losing balance. So if you suspect someone's got a stroke, ask him to say something, listen to the speech. Ask the person to lift the arms. if the one arm lifts faster than the other one, or the one arm cannot lift, you should also suspect a stroke. Headaches, trouble walking, confusion, and the paralysis of the face. Look for those symptoms. Sudden dizziness or loss of coordination is also one of the symptoms. Okay, different types of stroke. The one type, the ischemic stroke, blood vessels become narrowed or blocked, causing severely reduced blood flow. So because of the reduced blood flow of a blood clot, the brain then can't get oxygen or nutrition, especially the oxygen part, and therefore the person can have severe brain damage. A hemorrhagic stroke, obviously that's now where a blood vessel burst. If it's a big blood vessel, very big problems, obviously. The smaller the blood vessel that bursts, the less the damage, but obviously still get the person to the hospital as quickly as possible. Bleeding can be inside the brain, or it can also be on the edge or the outside of the brain, but because the bleeding, the blood builds up, causes pressure, and that can cause the damage. You also get mini strokes. That normally happens when people do not get enough blood to the brain, therefore not enough oxygen. And very often people get a mini stroke and they don't even realize it. But mini strokes can be a warning sign of a full stroke in the future. So you've got mini strokes, you must start doing something with your lifestyle and also speak perhaps to your doctor. Risk factors, there are quite a number. I can't run through all of them, but a history of heart disease, cardiovascular disease, high blood pressure, aneurysms, high levels of your bad cholesterol, smoking, diabetes, genetic factors, exposure to toxins, stress, certain medical conditions, certain diseases, blood-thinning medication like warfarin, if you had head injury or physical trauma, lack of exercise, lack of sleep, excessive waste, poor intake of fruit and vegetables. You can see a lot, there are many. And many of these are also factors related to other health issues also. Eating the wrong fats, like getting too much omega-6 instead of omega-3, or a lot of trans fats, high alcohol consumption, low fiber intake, so many things. In other words, you must have a healthy lifestyle, otherwise you have the risk of getting a stroke. Age, race, gender, almost all play a role. Hypertension is the leading risk factor for stroke in South Africa, responsible for 1 in 2 strokes and 2 in 5 heart attacks, if you want to add that to the mix. And hypertension is seen as a silent killer, because so many people have got hypertension and they don't even realize it until they get some other attack like a stroke, and then it's a bit late. 1 in 3 South Africans 50 years and older have high blood pressure. To add this problem, more than 30% aren't even aware of this, and this type of pattern you find worldwide, not just in South Africa. 1 in 4 adults have high total cholesterol and high bad cholesterol, the LDL, and 1 in 2 have low of HDL, which is the good cholesterol. And these are all risk factors that can lead to problems in the cardiovascular system. They can lead to blocked blood vessels, circulatory problems, which can lead them to heart attacks or strokes. Stroke is actually a cardiovascular problem. The circulation of the blood to the brain, or like we said before, blood vessels that burst. It's a cardiovascular problem. There are different approaches to it. Prevention, now that's more the field we are working in. Primary health care. Treatment immediately after stroke, which is essential. Treatment to help with long-term complications. Now, I, as a child, got introduced, use that term, to a stroke because our neighbor, the husband, got a stroke. I think it was somewhere in his 40s, by a young child of about 4 or 5 years old, and older children too. And he ended up in a wheelchair, and he couldn't speak much. He could say only a few words like, no, this one, no, 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 this one, and a few swear words. That's what all he could say. And he was in a wheelchair. So a lot of people end up in that situation because they don't get proper treatment or prevention. There are different medical treatment options. That's more for a doctor to discuss with you, but it depends on the type of stroke, how they will treat you. And after stroke, you also need treatment, work with your healthcare provider, talk to your doctor if you have difficulties, and talk to your caregivers. There are quite a number of things you can do, like seeing therapists, physiotherapists, and so on, to help with muscle movement and all the other possibilities. Speech disorders, you might see a therapist for that. And then other things like depression and mood changes, join a stroke support group. But these are things, if something like this happens to you or a family member, you have to look into this. There are many support groups, you just have to ask. Now, if you don't want to get a stroke, what can you do about it? And even if you had a stroke and you want to prevent another stroke, what can you do about it? From a health perspective or lifestyle perspective, there are quite a number of things you can do. Let's look at some things. Firstly, Dr. Sunshine. Get enough sun. Sunshine is important for your body. Vitamin D is so important, and more research is coming forward about the importance of vitamin D. Dr. Water. Plenty clean water. Use lemon as a cleanser, alkalizing antioxidant. You want to keep the cardiovascular system functioning. Doctor, exercise, same reason. Get the circulation going. Doctor, rest. You must go on vacation. Take a break. Have a holiday. Because stress was one of the risk factors. You need to decrease stress. Doctor, sleep. Similar reasons. Get enough sleep. Doctor, laughter. We all need to laugh more. Dr. Air, you breathe, your clean air. Okay, in the cities where some people live, difficult to get clean air there. Fortunately, I live in an area where we have southeaster called the Cape Doctor, blowing away all the pollution for us every now and then. In summertime, quite often. Doctor, cleanse, detox your body, detox your home, get rid of all these things that can harm your health. Because some of these toxins can lead to risk factors which can cause them a stroke in the end. And doctor, food, so important. Eat organic, fresh, whole food. Cut out certain foods like peanut butter and bacon and sugar, nitrates, energy, canola, anything in the box, frozen, canned, or a packet, limit alcohol use. So many things that you can look at when it comes to nutrition and food. And this is where my passion comes in, especially nutrition. Make your breakfast count with proper, healthy breakfast. Watch out for calories, all these sugar sweetened and artificially sweetened things as well. Be careful. Your carb intake, curb that. Drink herbal teas. Use good oils, avocado oil, coconut oil, olive oil, control your weight. Eat seafood, whole grains, berries, eggs, avocados, whole walnuts, dark chocolate, one of my favorites, almonds, and garlic. There are many more, but it's not that easy always, especially go visit people, because you can't always tell them, I don't eat this or that. But you can at least try to avoid certain things and try and eat enough healthy food also. You must make lifestyle choices, like eating healthy or exercising. Let food be their medicine and medicine be thy food. Hippocrates said this. It's so important because we are eating ourselves sick. Let's do the reverse. But eat yourself healthy too. But there's always a but, unfortunately. But you can eat, you can reprogram your genes, the emerging science of nutrigenomics. Now, I'm very interested into genetics. And basically what this boils down to is certain foods contain ingredients that can change your genetics. You also have other things like epigenetics and evodevo. The chemicals can interfere with your genetic makeup and therefore lead to certain things happening, even cancer. And here is research showing that food can affect your genetics. People say, I eat a healthy diet. Okay. Take note of what I've just said now. The quality of your food affects your health, and add that, your genetics too. Studies show incredible nutrient depletion of food in about 50 years. Example, in spinach, iron dropped to 21%, but average 38%, but you see by 60%. Terrible. In a study of about 22,000 people, not even one got all 10 specific essential nutrients in their regular diet. And people said to eat healthy. Rats fed GMO develop tumors. Tea has pesticides. Even tea bags can be full of carcinogens. Arsenic, cadmium, lead, acrylamide at high levels in nearly 80% of infant formula. We love our little children and we want to give them the best. So we buy those best meal replacement infant formula. And what happens? 80% full of cadmium, arsenic, lead. That's disgusting. No wonder there are so many diseases popping up nowadays. Imported olive oil, fake, or did not meet the standards. So is it really that easy to eat healthy? You think you eat healthy? If you want to prevent a stroke and promote healing after stroke, there's a long list of nutrients that you need. And this is not a complete list. And I'm going to run through some of these in the rest of the PowerPoint slideshow to explain to them a bit more about them to you. And many of these you can enjoy. We drink, for example, rooibos tea with some ginger in it every morning and some honey in it as well. Those are things you can do easily and it can be pleasant. Like I said, stroke is a cardiovascular disease. So there are different aspects that you must look at. Let's start with it. Your blood pressure. There's a garlic, calcium with magnesium, omega-3, and there are certain herbs that also help other than just garlic. The point is, there are certain foods you must include on a daily basis, certain nutrients to help reduce your blood pressure. Blood sugar. We are giving so much sugar in. I'm also guilty because I like my chocolate, but I have reached a point in my life where I tell myself, well, I've had a treat now, no more treats for the rest of the day. Because otherwise, I might damage my health. You must consider this, it's very serious. We are so addicted to sugar and the sweetness. But there's certain supplements you can also take, like meal replacement shakes with 22 amino acids and botanical balance. Vitamin B, sustained release of multi-mineral, homocysteine levels, very important for your cardiovascular system. Blood vessel health. Vitamin E, one that contains all 8 vitamin E's. Omega-3, one that contains all 8 omega-3s. Vitamin B, sustained release. Vitamin C, sustained release. Protein, with all 22 amino acids. Carotenoids, those are super antioxidants. All 15 families. That means about 600 of them. Not just 15, but 600 in total. Plus minerals. Your weight must be controlled. The good quality meal replacement shake, fiber, but make sure the shake has got like all the amino acids, all 22. And then blood fats, omega-3, again, pops up here. Carotenoids, all 50 families. Vitamin B, sustained release, vitamin E, and fiber. So it's very important to look, and then you can add a few more to this, but this gives you some idea of the wide range of nutrients you actually need. And we said early on, out of 22,000 people, not even one got 10 of the essential nutrients in every day. That's just very concerning. And we think we eat healthy. Some people say, I use supplements. Surely they must protect my health. Surely they must be good. Is that really so? Are you sure? If this is true, then why did cardiovascular problems, obesity, hypertension, diabetes, and acute stroke, is called cardiovascular problems, why are on the increase all the time? In most modern countries, more than 50% of the population supplements, some countries even 70 or 75%, and still these health issues increase. Think before you buy supplements. I mean, GNC, an example. Oregon sues GNC for knowingly selling potentially unsafe drugs in their supplements. Even a brand is supposed to be a well-known, trusted brand. Think twice. Another study showed that synthetic beta-carotene can result in an 18% higher risk of lung cancer and heart attacks. And people think they get healthy nutrition from their supplements. Think again. Forbes reports protein supplements spike with cheap fillers. A study finds melamine plastic for kitchen cupboards in 60% plus of shakes in South Africa. Using plastic. Melamine, if you test that shake, melamine tests positive like it's a protein, but it's plastic. A study of cancer patients, the US National Cancer Institute, they received 6 of the best supplements, multivitamin supplements in the US. 1,000 were given a placebo, no change in the cancer. Stage 4 cancer patients, look at the other 1,000. They were worse off. They were taking something that was supposed to help them, but it actually sent them to the grave faster. That's disgusting. Just shows you a lot of companies in this business just to make money, not concerned about your health. Dr. Lester Packer said, for example, vitamin E synthetic, immediate loss of 36% of the vitamin E. So already more than a third of what is in there, your body can't even use, let alone the effect of the remaining vitamin E. Dennis Pauling says about 50% loss of vitamin C from synthetic supplements. So already half of what's in the pill is lost already. This one caught my attention because I studied science. I couldn't understand in atoms and atoms, molecules and molecules. So what is the difference between synthetic and natural supplements, the vitamins? Until I saw this experiment, where synthetic vitamin E refracts the light to the left, whereas natural vitamin E refracts it to the right. So there's a difference in the molecule. For those into chemistry, if you heard about the resonance of molecules, is one of the reasons why. Another study showed that the bodies absorb natural vitamin E twice as efficiently as synthetic vitamin E. So can you see the difference? Synthetic versus natural, there is a difference. God-made versus man-made is a difference. That example, I'm using a bit of time here on this topic because so many people go to the shops, buying the cheapest thing from the shelves and think they're buying a bargain, where they actually might be causing the death faster. So one must be careful, must ask, why are those so cheap compared to the better quality ones? Now, there appears to be a tendency to label those who profess that natural vitamins are better than synthetic ones as quacks. So a lot of people call me a quack because I say use natural stuff, not synthetics. I take note what this said. This was published in PubMed. This broad brush label may be stifling legitimate nutrition research. Also concludes that lessons of history as well as modern science support the view that natural vitamins are nutritionally superior to synthetic ones. One more study, JAMA Systemic Review. 180,000 participants use synthetic antioxidant supplements. And it says here, it significantly increased mortality in the general population. It's plausible, that's their conclusion. It's plausible that consumers may have actually been investing in their own increased mortality. That is shocking. And people are not aware of this. We must tell people about this, warn them. Because they think they're buying things that will help their health, but they're actually harming themselves. Worried about supplement safety? I would be, if I'm you. Well, I am worried about it. Some supplements are potentially helpful, but because of a lack of regulatory oversight of these products, many dangerous ones ends up in the market. You must identify the safe choices, and you need detective work, or go for a brand you know that can be trusted. One that's got a logo on a label on that says it's been studied by a third party. Some questions you must ask yourself. Ask some questions. Is it made from whole food that humans eat? Not from pond slime and pine bark and all this funny stuff? Because pine bark, for example, contains toxins to kill bugs. So why make a supplement from it? I just shake my head about that one. Do studies show that it actually gets digested? There are some studies already showing that some supplements that people swallow come out whole. You take a sip to the toilet and you catch them at the bottom, rinse it off and swallow it again. Very economical. What a waste of money, eh? What's the use of swallowing something and it does not digest? Are the third-party studies showing it gets absorbed into the bloodstream? Are there clinical trials on humans, not on rats and stuff like that, but humans, that shows that it helps you, not harms you? Remember some of the studies I mentioned before that actually showed how synthetic supplements harmed people? Are the minerals in the supplement chelated? This enhances the absorption up to 6 times. Is it produced on a pharmaceutical license? In a study where they used 21 multivitamin supplements, 11 of the 21, they took out the study because the labels were false. Now that's disgusting. You think you buy something, but you're not getting what's on the label. And then is it free of GMO, of toxins, synthetics, artificial substances like artificial sweetness? Others look for a brand of supplements that is tested, researched, and published in scientific journals, peer-reviewed, and that comply with what the experts say. Be careful of those cheap ones, really. I'm not saying all of them might be bad, but why are they so cheap? That should raise a concern. General good health, right? Blood vessel health, blood sugar control and healing. Supplements that will help you with that would be like a meal replacement shake to help you build the body, build proteins and enzymes, hormones, and so forth in the body. You need a good meal replacement shake. One that contains enough protein that's absorbed very well, must contain all 22 amino acids, 25% of vitamins, minerals, must have fiber, must be the protocol process being used to extract the amino acids, multi-enzyme blend. There must be enzymes in there that help also with digestion and absorption of the nutrients. Glycemic control response, so even diabetics can take it. Low in calories, no GMO ingredients, no artificial anything, 90% lactose free at least. And look at that bottom one, PDCAAS score. I am amazed how many health shops, if you ask them, what is the PDCAAS score of that shake? What's that? It's disgusting. They don't even know that. Your typical shake people buy, the bodybuilders and most people buy, have got a PDCAAS score of between 0.3 and 0.6, which is about 5 times less absorbable than this PDCAAS score of 1.76. So they may have a few more grams of protein, but you might find that less than half, if 20% of the amino acids actually get absorbed. These are properties of a good shake. Some more properties to look at. I'm not going to go through the whole list because then it's going to take long to complete everything. But no cholesterol, must be good for diabetics, must have fiber, the so-called like sugar, such as cholesterol, helps you stay full. You can really replace a meal. No RBGH hormone used in the process. So many things we must look for in a good shake. Speak to the person who invited you to tonight to get more information about the good shake. Remember that circle I showed before with the cardiovascular health in the middle? The other topic was blood fats, cholesterol, blood vessels, blood pressure, and brain health. Omega-3 fish oil is a fantastic nutrient for this. It also actually helps to thin the blood and therefore help to prevent blood clots also. But you need a good quality omega-3 fish oil. One that's made cold processed, no heat involved. One's got all 8 omega-3s in there. Now, unfortunately, if you're a vegan, you're only getting in number 1. And your body, yes, can convert that one into the other 7, but not effectively. Only about 10% effective. So after a while, you will miss out on omega-3s in your body. We need to get all 8. Get one that's proven and tested. Omega-3 salmon oil plus, the world's finest ultra-high potency fish oil, all 8 omega-3s. And take note what it says in the middle. Reduce triglycerides by 17%. Triglycerides, one of the bad things that can cause heart problems. And obviously, in the end, also things like strokes. Improved omega-3 index by 38%. Improved the ratio of omega-3 to omega-6 by 43%. And here's a very important one. It also lowers inflammatory index by 68% in just 8 weeks. And inflammation is a killer. We need to do something about inflammation. More benefits of cold-pressed real fish oil omega-3, not synthetic ones. Take your pick. Memory, brain health, migraines, depression, pregnancy, arthritis, IBS, prostate, asthma, psoriasis, circulation, high, low blood pressure, maintaining nerve health, preventing blood clots. Take your pick. I can guarantee you that is not the complete list. The other one of the wheel I showed you, blood vessel protection against infections and blood vessels. Boost your immune system by eating healthy. Research has shown that carotenoids boost your immune system if you have a complete package made from food. The world's best carotenoid complex is a whole food carotenoid supplement that contains all 15 families of carotenoids. Like I said, 600 different carotenoids. You can also go to a website called carotenoidcomplex.com to read more about the research. But here are the results. Boost overall immune function by 37% in just 20 days. And also boost your killer cells. Especially now we're concerned about infections like COVID and things. It boosts your killer cells by 20% in just 20 days. Additional benefits. It helps fight cardiovascular disease as it balances the good and the bad cholesterol. It curbs aging by 44%. So it slows down the deterioration of your body tissue. And all the other benefits there for eyes and the prostate, and for asthma, for flu, diabetes, and liver, and lungs, the kidneys, and skin damage. So many more. The next spoke of the wheel I showed you. Overall health, blood vessels, and blood sugar. Lipids and sterols. Plant sterols have been shown to lower or reduce blood cholesterol. 3N, very important nutrient, is not in our food anymore unless you buy proper whole grains, because they remove it from your food for shelf life purposes. These lipids and sterols in the whole grains promote cellular function, promote nutrient utilization at cell level. You want your cells to use the food that's available for the endocrine system, for the hormones, in other words, for the circulatory system, cell membrane function, depression, improves energy. This is not a complete list either, but it's not in our food anymore. There's a product called 3NN. Again, speak to the person who invited you. For general good health, homeostasis and maintenance of the body, you must use a good multivitamin and a mineral supplement. But many of the vitamins and minerals that help reduce the risk of getting a stroke and for healing of the stroke can be found in organic whole food supplements. But do your homework. Look for one that is not GMO, look for one that is GMO, synthetics, or preservatives free. That's made from the whole food on a pharmaceutical license. Because a lot of people use multivitamins. So they want a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of everything. Unfortunately, the amount you get from a multivitamin in general is so low that it's not really that therapeutic unless you take 10 or 12 a day. That's why many times you have to take additional supplements to fill the nutritional gaps. Ensure the multivitamin contains 3NN and all 8 vitamin E's. Be careful, most multivitamin supplements contain DL-alpha tocopherol. That's a vitamin E. Take note, DL, that's synthetic. DL-alpha tocopherol. Avoid that. Make sure it's been tested and researched. An example of a good one that actually contains a lot of the nutrients I just mentioned before is the Pro Vitality Plus. It contains vitamins, minerals, omega-3, threonine, and carotenoids. A good package to fill the gap between what we are eating and what we are supposed to eat. Also, a person invited you for more information on selecting a good multivitamin, one that's really going to benefit you. More on blood vessels, tissue health, and protection against damage. And aging is vitamin C, sustained release. Sustained release means it releases the vitamin C over a period of 6 to 10 hours, even depending on the quality of the product. It's a great immune booster also, good antioxidant. It is tremendous for empowering your body to produce collagen. And collagen is important to maintain blood vessel health. You need good protein with the vitamin C, because they go together to making your collagen. People, let me just quickly mention this topic. A collagen powder, I don't think it's worth its money, because people tell you take a collagen powder, it will make collagen for you. No. Your body will take the amino acids from the collagen powder, which firstly is not a complete protein powder, but the body will take the amino acids from the powder and make the tissue and the proteins that it wants. And maybe collagen is not the priority at that stage. Yes, it might make some collagen also. But we see slows down aging for a healthy tissue in general, but make sure it's also sustained release. Also, blood fats, blood vessels, protects against damage. Vitamin E, make sure it's not synthetic, but there's all 8 vitamin E's. It's great for many things. It's an antioxidant, wonderful for circulation and blood vessel health, and great for strengthening the heart. It also helps prevent blood clots. More on blood fats. You see, there's so many nutrients that actually play a massive role. The B complex, for example, is a sustained release. Helps maintain a healthy nervous system, but it's good for healing, good for healthy membranes. Helps maintain a healthy cardiovascular system and helps for stress. Just to mention some of the benefits. Blood fats, blood vessels, homocysteine. Another product on the market called lipotropic adjunct with lipotropic factors like inositol and choline. With certain vitamin B's in there to control homocysteine levels. Citrus bioflavonoids for healthy blood vessels. Also beta hydrochloride for absorption. And it also helps to cleanse your blood vessels from this like buildup of cholesterol. These nutrients help to clear your blood vessels. Additional benefits of nutrients mentioned on the previous slide. Assist in lipid metabolism. Lipids are fats, oils. Assist in the utilization of fats. Supports the circulatory system. Emulsifies fats. Eliminates excess cholesterol. Prevents cholesterol from oxidizing. That's where the cholesterol starts to harden. Reduces inflammation of the blood vessel. You see why this was so important to prevent strokes? To help the body stay healthy. Blood pressure, cholesterol, look at garlic allium complex. A good garlic product. Not one of these odorless ones, because to make it odorless, they remove the good stuff. You need active allicin in there. Therefore, you need a targeted delivery technology, one that only starts digesting in the small intestines, because the stomach acid destroys the good stuff. That's what must be enteric coated. That's the broad spectrum with all the necessary probiotics in there. Now, there's all the benefits of fresh raw garlic without the garlic breath. More benefits of garlic, you see quite a number there. Great for high blood pressure, for the immune system and so on, also for the cardiovascular system and for flu. Now, if you prevent flu, or you can fight flu better, you also keep your body healthy, because cardiovascular disease, especially if you've got flu and you start to exercise, you can get myocarditis and severe heart problems and death. Blood pressure, healthy vessel. You see, there's so many vitamins and supplements that's so important here. You need a chelated, double chelated calcium and magnesium supplement. This was developed by Dr. Arthur First, double the Nobel Prize winner. Very important. There's also vitamin D in this one. Benefits, lots. But take note, reduces inflammation and promote healthy blood vessels to high blood pressure. for arterial plaque build-up, for calcification of soft tissue, for cholesterol hardening of the arteries. See how much benefit you get from this product. If you get something like this, a good quality one. It's good for the muscles and for the heart. Helps to relax the muscles and the blood vessels. Remember, blood vessels have got muscle layer. The outside layer of the blood vessel, there's a muscle there, muscle tissue. It allows blood pressure. Helps prevent stroke, vitamin D. I mean, just look at all the things it has helped you for. I mean, it's fantastic. Some more benefits. Like I said, there's so many benefits from this. But take note, the magnesium stabilizes the heart's electrical system and helps with heart problems. These are nutrients which your body needs on a daily basis. Cholesterol, blood sugar, weight, fiber. It also make you feel full so you don't eat so much. Good for dieting, controls blood sugar. Remove cholesterol from the body. If your blood sugar and blood vessel health is not controlled, it can cause harm to your body tissue and disturb the natural fat storage systems, leading to weight gain, inflammation, and increase in the risk of heart disease and other chronic diseases. Inflammation can cause damage to your blood circulatory system. Get a supplement that controls your sugar levels like botanical balance. Test it and research. It manages the glucose uptake, optimizes insulin sensitivity, and maximize insulin receptor function. Here's some of the ingredients. Cinnamon, so important. Diabetics already know how important cinnamon is to help control blood sugar. Turmeric, very important to help with blood sugar and inflammation. Chromium, same. And then alpha lipoic acid as well, to protect damage. Then there's another one, CoQ10. Help for cholesterol, blood sugar, weight control, and a healthy brain. People, speak to the person who invited you so you can hear more about how these things will benefit you. But we need this. Some benefits, just on more benefits. It may help treat heart failure. It could help with diabetes. It's good for the brain. Acidophilus Plus, which I touched on earlier on as well, very good to help with your blood sugar, your weight, cholesterol, and immune system as well. We've got a lot of imbalance in your gut. There you can see Acidophilus Plus helps to lower cholesterol, reduce blood pressure, low triglycerides, reduce inflammation, and so much more. Keep your blood vessels healthy and happy. If you do that, guess what? You reduce your risk of getting a stroke. I've used some thought of what to do, but you can see there's so much information available. So therefore, speak to the person that invited you. So if you want you and your family to be healthy, it may be time for you to change your buying habits. Think before you buy. Think what you buy. Why did you join us in a mission to make the world a healthier and happy place? Like I mentioned before, so many people are misinformed and ill-informed. Help us educate people and teach them so you can help them be healthier and be happier. We all share great news, bargains, specials, exciting things, etc. with our friends and family. So why not share good health with them as well? But people, join us in our mission to help other people be healthy.